Virtuals, we are talking figurative language. We talked about figurative language last week, and figurative language is when the author is saying something other than what he actually means. And he uses that to make his writing more interesting, to give you a feeling as you're reading, instead of just telling you the facts. He wants you to have a feeling and be able to make a mental picture of what you're trying to say. Figurative language and its opposite, literal language. Literal means exactly what I say. Be quiet is literal language. But if I say zip it, that is figurative language. And it means to be quiet. Just I'm not using those exact words. And if I said zip it would probably be more forceful than if I said be quiet. But figurative language is when I don't mean exactly what I'm saying. And it's your job as the reader to try to figure it out. That's sometimes the hard part. You're going to have to think about it to figure it out. Now, we've talked about 3 different kinds of figurative language. We talked about this one, simile. Simile is when you compare 2 things, but I have to use like or as. He is as fast as a cheetah. I'm comparing your speed to the world's fastest animal, but I use the word as. I don't say that you are a cheetah, because you're not. I just say that you're kind of like one. But in reality, you're still not even like a cheetah. Nobody's as fast as a cheetah, but I'm giving the reader an impression that you are really, really fast. If I said, I am as hungry as a horse, I'm using a simile to tell you how hungry I am. I'm not just saying, I'm just a little bit hungry. Saying, I'm really, 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 really hungry. I'm going to eat my own arm off hungry. That is figurative language. I don't really mean that because that's nasty. But it gives you the idea of exactly how hungry I am. The other kind we talked about is a metaphor. A metaphor also compares things, but it doesn't use like or as. A metaphor just says it is something. The lake was glass. What's that supposed to mean? The lake was glass.
I think it was clear.
It was clear. It was still. It was icy. It looked like a reflection. The lake is not actually glass. It won't break. But that's what it looks like. And that gives you the impression in your mind of what the lake looks like. It helps you to see it. Now, the third kind of figurative language we talked about last week is called personification. Personification has a clue to what it means. Person. Personification is when a writer makes something act like it has human qualities, even though it's not a human. The wind threading through the woods. Wind can't thread. That's personification. The waves crushing the shore. Well, that's personification because waves, that's not something they can do. They just keep spilling onto the sand. We're using human characteristics to help create a mental picture. Now I'm going to read to you a story that's got a lot of personification in it. This story is about snow, which we might have some tomorrow, so hopefully this will make some sense to you. No. The snow, this story really, if they just wrote the story literal, it would be, there are 4 kinds of snow. There is fat snow, there is little bitty snow, and there is snow that is falls very quietly. That's really boring. Nobody would go to the trouble to print this book for a story so boring. When you are reading, just like when you watch a movie. If I sit down to watch a movie, I'm like, what kind of movie do I watch? Do I want to be happy today? Don't cry. Do I want to feel like excitement, like something's blowing out? There's a feeling you want to have from watching that movie. Well, there's a feeling I want to have from reading this book. So the author uses figurative language to give me that feeling. So I want you to listen to what some of the personification is in this book. That is when something acts like it has human qualities. The best snow is the snow that comes softly in the night, like a shy friend afraid to knock. So she thinks she'll just wait in the yard until you see her. This is the snow that brings you peace. The snow is being personified. The snow is acting like a friend that's just waiting in your yard quietly for you to notice that she's there. It's giving you a feeling about the snow. It could have just said, it snowed last night. That's boring. This is making you feel what the author is feeling about the snow. And then there is the snow that begins to fall in fat, cheerful flakes while you are somewhere you'd rather not be. Maybe school, maybe work. Can snow be cheerful? It's a lump of ice. It makes me feel cheerful because when I look out the window and I see all the big fat snowflakes, I start thinking that maybe I get to go home, right? But the snow itself is not cheerful. That is the author using personification to make you feel the snow day. And this snow tells you as it falls that it will send you home early. Don't worry. Home is where you need to be, and this snow will take you there. Can snow take you home? No, it can't pick you up, take you somewhere. Yes, it's exactly what it means. And it's not telling me that in words, but it's giving you that impression because you know that about snow. It will send you back over slippery white roads to the rooms you love so well. And it will say that it is all right to be happy. Can snow talk to me and tell me to be happy? No. Can it make me happy? Sure it can. Covers up all the gross in the world. Some snows fall only lightly, just enough to make you notice the delicate limbs of trees, the light falling from the lamppost, a sparrow's small feet. And some snows fall so heavy they bury cars up to their noses and make evergreens bow and keep your kitties curled up a while. Does snow make an evergreen bow? It means the branches are just bending over. Doesn't mean it falls down, but the branches are just bending over. And can snow bury anything? That's an action. It covers it up as it falls, but does the snow bury something? No, it doesn't. Those are human actions. You know exactly what they mean, though. Children love snow better than anyone does, and they never complain as they pull on their red boots and mittens and make plans to catch wet flakes on their tongues and roll their small bodies to the bottom of a hill. The snow loves them back. It gives them angels and new friends. Can the snow love you? No. It's like opening up the freezer expecting the ice to give me a hug. Okay? That is what personification is. You've been reading personification half your life, and you already know what it means. It's just time to notice it. And the snow, while it is here, reminds us of this, that nothing lasts forever except memories. And while the snow is here, this brief moment, let us take a walk and see how beautiful the world is. And then come back to our white, quiet houses and make something warm to drink. And maybe read or play a game or tell each other all we've been thinking. The snow is falling while the flowers sleep, and the sun sleeps, and the soft green gardens are waiting. Can flowers sleep? Can the sun sleep? No, all of those are a personification. And it's supposed to be making you think of springtime when they wake up, but they're not actually asleep. It is the snow's turn now.